And welcome everyone, thank you very much for joining me today on my rematch show. I'm joined by Golsey, the absolute legend. Everyone, welcome. If you're new around here, make sure you do hit that subscribe button, put your bell notification on as well. In this episode, everyone will dive through the statistical analysis really of Atletico Madrid and see how Liverpool can really get at this Atletico Madrid side. It's not the Atletico Madrid side that back-to-back Champions League finals all those years ago. Jack, under Diego Simeone this season, he very much struggles, being very much off the pace. I think 14, 15 points off Real Madrid and Barca at the top of the La Liga. They've struggled really to cope with the goal scoring burden that was on Griezmann since he's left. What have you thought of Atletico Madrid this season when you have seen them?
When you're leaving when a player like Griezmann goes, you don't just lose his goals, you lose his build-up play. Because I'd probably say he's probably the closest player to Firmino in Europe at the moment. The way he can drop off, he can play striker, he can play just behind. He's vital. So for them losing him and not really replacing him, yeah, João Felix will be unbelievable in 3 or 4 years, but at the moment he's nowhere near Griezmann's quality. So
Yeah.
they haven't got that one person where you can look on a score sheet and go, he'll bag a goal in today. Whereas last season with Griezmann, they've always had it, and now that they haven't got it, they're struggling. It was like Liverpool a few years ago, and it was like they look around and they just look. They don't know what they're gonna do.
In terms of team news, everyone, I've noted down anyway. Diego Costa, he was handed Atletico Madrid. I think we all expected him to be fully fit. A little boost for Atletico Madrid. Obviously, of course, he's going to be fit for Liverpool. He plays against Liverpool on Tuesday. Costa trained with his teammates on Monday and could feature after recovering from back surgery in November. Alvaro Morata and Raul Jimenez. I always say Raul Jimenez. Jose Jimenez. Obviously, the Argentinian returned to the squad during a 2-2 draw with Valencia on Friday with the striker playing the last 25 minutes, and Jimenez was an unused substitution in that game. However, some are signing João Felix as well, along with ex-Tottenham right back anyway, Kieran Trippier. They will be set to miss for Atletico Madrid. Shaqiri and Nathaniel Klein are the only Liverpool players that will be missing. Jack, we've taken an absolute strong side. It's amazing that we've got all of our lads back fully fit, apart from Klein and Shaqiri, mate. Minamino and Kelleher have travelled as well with the Champions League squad, mate. But it's great that all the lads are fully fit back, aren't they?
Great. It's like I think we've all wanted Champions League as well for it since it's finished. Everyone wants to just get back into it. So the fact that we've had a break and we've got our full squad back again, it's perfect.
Got a couple of statistics, everyone. I think some of you do like the statistics anyway. In terms of the head-to-head between Atletico Madrid and Liverpool in Europe, is perfectly balanced with one win each and 2 draws, 4 goals each. However, Atletico Madrid eliminated Liverpool in their only knockout tie, which was in 2009/10 Europa League semi-final, a tournament Atletico won, beating Fulham 2-1 in the final. Anyway, Atletico Madrid and Liverpool only previous Champions League encounter was come back in 2008-2009 group stages. Both ended 1-0. And another one, Liverpool are winless in their last 5 away games against Spanish opposition in Europe, losing 4, drawing 1, and the last victory dates back to the Champions League round of 2016, back in 2008-2009 against Real Madrid at the Santiago Bernabeu, and we all know that game. Yossi Benayoun getting that crucial header. The one player I remember that game like it was just yesterday. The one person to score a header. It's like me scoring against Virgil van Dijk in the box. It's very there. Yossi jumped in the box anyway. Liverpool have always progressed against Spanish opposition in 2-legged Champions League ties, 3-3 and the 2-2 on away goals versus Barcelona in the 2006-2007 round of 16, 5-0 aggregate win against Real Madrid. We all know when Torres and Gerrard went mental at Anfield anyway in the 2008-2009 round of 16, and the Barcelona game of last year anyway, which Liverpool won 4-3, as we all know that anyway. And just a final one, Liverpool have never won 3 consecutive away Champions League games, having beaten Genk and Red Bull Salzburg on matchday 3 and matchday 6 respectively. They last did so in Europa Cup back in September 1984 under Joe Fagan, 5 in a row. And Atletico Madrid, the last one, everyone. I love my stats. Atletico Madrid have never lost at home under Diego Simeone in the Champions League knockout stages, with 8 wins and 4 draws. In those 12 games, they've only conceded 2 goals. In terms of how Atletico Madrid have set up this season, they predominantly use a 4-4-2 setup, everyone. I think Liverpool could use that midfield option, definitely, with the extra man in midfield. In terms of Atletico Madrid in La Liga, they've used a formation 4-4-2 19 times. The second used formation is a 4-1-2-1-2 diamond anyway. In the Champions League, they predominantly used a 4-4-2 formation anyway. Obviously, Jan Black, what a goalkeeper, along with Alisson Becker, probably the best goalkeeper in Europe anyway. Trippier, Felipe, Hermoso, and the Brazilian Lodi playing left back there. Partey, Koke, and Jimenez anyway, and Morata and João Felix anyway have mostly predominantly played in the Champions League this season. For any names that stick out for you there, mate? We've mentioned João Felix. He will be missing for Atletico Madrid against Liverpool, so it is looking to like the likes of Costa if he is fully fit. It's looking like he will be fit, and Morata. In terms of the statistics, mate, he's in La Liga. Morata is their leading goal scorer. He's registered 7 goals, and Correa is, especially in La Liga, Correa is the second highest goal scorer with 4 goals. And we said then, as you spot on at the beginning of the show, mate, Griezmann, it's how Liverpool, if Liverpool do get a couple of goals, it'd be interesting to see definitely how Atletico Madrid really combat against that in terms of the goal output in which they've reached, mate.
I think Morata is one of them players. He's inconsistent. On his day, he's phenomenal, and we've seen him do it. But then he'll have one of them games, maybe 1 and 3. So it depends what one shows up. They've got quality there. We all know Atletico Madrid do have quality, but it's whether they can prove against the biggest team in Europe.
Yeah, in terms of the strengths and weaknesses of Atletico Madrid, mate, I've noted down everyone. Defending set pieces, from what I've seen, that's something Liverpool can very much identify, really, and Virgil van Dijk and Joe Gomez, and especially Henderson as well. He scored off a corner a couple of weeks ago anyway, so Liverpool can look to use that to their advantage. They like to sometimes play the avoiding offside anyway and finishing scoring chances. That's something, as we've already said then, alluded to, the goal scorers this season. The chance conversion rate of Atletico Madrid's players has been very poor. But in terms of the strengths of Atletico Madrid this season, stealing the ball from the opposition, very strong at it. They like to really counter-attack teams. Obviously, with 2 banks of 4, they can just continue driving on. They create a lot of chances throughout the games anyway. Protecting the lead, something that Diego Simeone is very much renowned around Europe. We've seen it, was it last year against Juventus, when Ronaldo got that hat-trick against them, mate? Off the back of what you've seen last season, especially because I know you love Ronaldo anyway, mate, but how did a player like Ronaldo fare against Simeone's side last season?
It's Ronaldo, and they could put up against the best players in the world in an all-star team, and he still managed to bar goals sometimes. Same with Messi as well.
Yeah.
So comparing it to Ronaldo is always a hard one, but I think because they are so good defensively, they were last season and the few seasons before, and they've lost Godin.
Yeah, he went to Inter, didn't he?
Who was massive for them, because he was like their Van Dijk. He just controlled the whole back four and pull everyone in, tell them where to go. He was just a leader.
Yeah.
And that's why I think this season they're not doing as well, because they haven't got that anymore. They've lost. Yeah. But it's a change room player, so I think he's obviously getting older, but his performances are all mental now. and he just drives everyone on. So I think losing him is going to be massive for them. And I think that's why they've struggled this season as well.
It's interesting to really identify it and look at Atletico Madrid this season. We've already alluded to them not doing so well. Mentioned the stats and how compact they can be under Simeone. But I'm excited, mate, as I mentioned, with Ronaldo playing against them last season. That was a game that I watched as well. But our forward three lads were absolutely, I feel, demolished them, really. I don't think... There's nothing like our forward three lads anyway. They all pose.
Early goal, the floodgates will open. It's just, if they, as we know, they can defend. So it just depends. Are they going to try and sit behind and get a goal? Which, if there was 2 seasons ago, I wouldn't have liked Liverpool doing that. I wouldn't have liked the thought of a side sitting back on us.
Yeah.
But now I know we can break it down to not really too phase what they do. But I'd much rather them. I'd much rather us get a goal early so they chase a little bit. And then hopefully you can make it. I think if we go 1-up in the first 15 minutes, it can finish a 3-1 or a 2-0. I can't really see us losing if we go up by 1. I can't see it happening.
Yeah, I was speaking to my dad. Everyone let me know your thoughts in terms of. I was speaking to my dad before we went on. I think, like it was with Real Madrid 2 seasons ago in the Champions League final, I do think Atletico Madrid, if they find it very difficult against Liverpool, I feel they will absolutely start turning the game into a kicking contest. And really, obviously, Diego Simeone, we've seen over the last year, when he did get to the final of Champions League back-to-back, it's both sides, Madrid sides, do like to kick the absolute living daylight out. Tongue-tied, they do like to battle each other anyway, but I think that's something Liverpool have developed over the last 12 months, mate. I think when we did play in Real Madrid, it was a big learning curve for this Liverpool side, and really, if it does come down to a kicking contest or really the dark arts, I think Liverpool are very much going to be very capable of really, as well as our footballing brilliance. But we've got this mentality now of, in terms of psychologically, but in terms of a physical presence now as well. Henderson can give it beans, especially against Costa, which we've seen all those seasons back anyway. Could they re-engage with their contest, go head to head? And you've got the likes of Virgil van Dijk, Gomez, Robbo.
Andy Robbo's the biggest shithouse in world football. I'm not even asked.
We love it though. We absolutely love it. He's our boy anyway, so. But I can understand why opposition fans don't like him, but we love him because he's our Andy, and he's absolutely priceless anyway. But we've got those characters in our team, mate, and I think if it does come down to a king contest, I think we can absolutely deal with them in terms of physical presence and in terms of football and quality. And the big point, the second leg is at Anfield, and that Barcelona were like, we've won the game 3-0, and then we just turn the whole world football on its head. Regardless if it's the last 16, last 8, last 4, or whatever, they're fine. Semis anyway. Having Liverpool play at Anfield is such a big factor in it, mate.
So, everyone was saying when the draw was happening, the one team you don't want to get Liverpool because of the way we play. You can't mark one of our players because they're all so fit and so technically gifted. You can't even get near them. So it's not like you can mark one person because then there's several characters in that team that will just pull you apart.
Yeah.
So we are lethal. We are the best team in the world, and that's it. That's simple. So I'd take anyone on, and I think Atletico Madrid is just the first step.
Yeah.
I can't see us losing. So I'm thinking, you know what? It's the first step to the next round. Get the next round, then it's the final. Keep going. Get the final and win it again. Why not?
Yeah, we absolutely love it in Europe, mate. I think if the Premier League was as easy as sometimes when we've played in the Champions League, mate, this is our bread and butter. It's the competition Liverpool Football Club absolutely revels in, really, in terms of. But I tell you, hopefully we can just get this Premier League sorted, mate. And I think the Champions League, it was like this when we played Bayern Munich last season, mate, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Bayern come to Anfield, very defensive. I think they shot themselves in the foot, really, in relation to how they set up in the first leg.
They should have came at us.
Yeah, and I think Atletico Madrid will look at this now, and they will need at least they themselves. I think Simeone will identify the game tomorrow night. They will look to come out and get at Liverpool, and I think the way goals factor is such a big part to play for every team in Europe. But I think like this season, like we've seen with Mane, I think Mane, he was rested for a bit anyway when he come on at the weekend. But I think he'll be ready and raring to go, mate. I'm hoping another Virgil van Dijk ball over the top, regardless of how deep Atletico might sit. But as you said at the top of the show, mate, I think it's very important. Liverpool can get their first goal. As I said before, you mentioned before, the floodgates could potentially open because if Liverpool do get a goal, Atletico then need to really pressure Liverpool and come out. And I think that's something that they're not really used to. There's not many teams in La Liga that can really do what Liverpool can do. Granada have been playing very well this season. Valencia at the weekend, 2-2 all draw. But the big factor for Griezmann, they haven't replaced him, mate. And I'm absolutely made up. And everyone, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I will be streaming on Hot Mic tomorrow night, so go and head over there. If it's a new app anyway, everyone, I'll leave the picture anyway, but download it on the App Store. It's a free app. It's an amazing technology. It's just been brought in over the last couple of months anyway, but it's really getting into the public domain. I'm very happy to be on board anyway. It's basically you tune it up to your telly, and gone are the days of listening to Michael Owen. You can listen to any sport broadcaster really commentating on the game and really listen to them, and it will be in sync as well, so there won't be any lag really. So if you sync it, it's a very smart tech app anyway. It's free to download, might that be said anyway. So if you want to try it, download it on the App Store, Hot Mic, download that. And if you're watching whatever match you're watching in world football, if there's a couple of presenters anyway, different from a variety of platforms, so head over there, download it, and I will be live streaming tomorrow night, so if you want to head over there, everyone. But Jack, hopefully you do come round tomorrow, mate, get a couple of beers on, and that. But nice one, thank you very much for coming on, mate.
No worries, mate.
I felt you've watched, I wanted to get you on tonight because I felt you have watched Atletico Madrid a couple of times this season. When we've had them on our racket, and we've needed them to win anyway. We've watched a couple of games of Atletico Madrid, but as I said at the top of the show, they're not the Atletico Madrid of previous years, but they're going to be a very dangerous side. But this Liverpool team, we've watched over how many seasons now. We've got all the tools to really combat against Diego Simeone's side, mate. But nice one for coming on, La. And
No worries, mate.
have a call to rest of your night, La.